The other thing which 40 combat width allows, I mean obviously it's a bigger width, but it just allows more artillery and it allows you to start mixing in fact that's a very weird 20 combat width, 40 combat, these guys are 40s aren't they? Yeah. So you can just squeeze in more artillery to really smash up that soft attack. I just realised I'm getting, oh no, my mountains are 40s as well. Again, crazy amounts of artillery. That's what I tend to do. I tend to use 20s only unless I'm really squeezing in a lot of artillery. Because artillery takes 3 per point. Or if I'm playing as the Soviets, in which case I'll go the crazy 50. Still 40 combat width, but I'll fill the entire... What you can do when you have mass assault is you can fill this entire box with infantry, and that will count as a 40 combat width. But that's a mass assault only thing. This is its own little cut-off right here. Should have brought the Navy over here to support. Bit late now. And here come the tanks to support as well. Amsterdam is about to be liberated. 3, 2, 1. There it is. The amphibious forces did the job. Now, I don't need to care about attacking into Köln. I can instead go across the north. Wilhelmshaven up to Bremen. I'm going to do a high attack rather than the lower one. There it is. I know this is also the Netherlands, but the big bits are done. So let's assign you to this northern sector, down to Arnhem, and we are going to try and punch through here. We're just going to cut across, straight across the top, and then go and save Denmark. And once Denmark's liberated, we can actually start getting supplies into Leningrad, which should allow me to have a more easy time of pushing south here. Although your planning preparation is virtually done, you are still out for another 28 days. Ah! Meanwhile, the Turkish front is doing amazingly well. Probably because of all the supplies and things I can actually ship in over here. I found the Indian army, they're in France. Oh yeah! Yeah, they are. Preparing for the invasion of Germany, I guess. So you are in position? Now you are. So let's go ahead and do a staff plan for you. So that these guys can be prepared. Although we are going to be a little bit short on supplies here, but only actually a little bit. And we're going to assign the entire Air Force to that offensive line. Still only got one guy in Moscow. Russia, come on! Silly. Tassini, how are you doing? Okay, you're finally pushing north. Taking horrific amounts of attrition, but you are doing it. The organizer is 82%. I mean, having Weygand here is definitely helping because of that minus 20% supply consumption from Logistics Wizard. Send troops to free Luxembourg. Could do. Difficult to do because it is heavily fortified and it's in the woods. I'd rather save us to attack across into Germany. Went to the World War II channel you suggested in part 1 of this France playthrough, and it's an amazing series. Thanks for suggesting it. You're absolutely welcome, Wombat. Very happy to make that recommendation because it is a fantastic series. I think there's a hole in the Turkish line. It's just very spread out because India's putting all of the troops over here. Oh, we're fighting for Ankara. You guys don't actually have any other orders. Mission accomplished already, apparently. So let's say your objective is this. Shift and click, so you only do that one and not this one. Off you go.
Attention. Attention. Gardez vos rangs.
Right, I'm going to select you lot. I'm just going to en masse upgrade you. Even if we don't quite have the heavy tanks you require. So we're actually about halfway. Oh!
C'est parti.
You've actually got the ability to get 6 units now. You actually got skilled staffer. Just for constantly having a full unit of 24. Interesting. And that's more likely to get your logistics skill on level up as well. So you would be a really good difficult terrain commander. Look at the skill of your army. That's absurd. It's because you're in charge of this. The Germans just determined to attack through. They're trying to save Italy. That's what they're doing. Gruntwork, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel.
Attention.
Alright, Charles, are you back yet? 13 days. It's like the day you return, you'll be like, attack! I just noticed that is going to the wrong place. And there are, in fact, absolutely no troops dedicated to the actual offensive right now. Slightly irritating. Now there are. If the Soviets would actually defend Moscow... Whoa, what's going on here? Okay, doing this. I'm going to trust... Okay, so we've actually taken all the surrounding bits of Moscow, which should make Moscow itself harder to take. So I think I can trust you all to be south of the river, so I'm not having a river crossing straight away. And then you are also going to be maximum aggressiveness... Maximum aggressiveness. Maximum aggressiveness. Now, do I have any other good attacking commanders? Yeah, you. Or you. You know what? Let's put Juin in charge of this. Actually, Juin, he's specifically an infantry commander. Do we have any other tank commanders? Leclerc, but he's not really leveled up much. So, no. Alright. Joker, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I think we can say that the French army is bar none the most elite army in the world at this point. I would certainly hope so. I mean, the fact that there are now 15.2 million Germans dead for 1.1 million French, and they've got a kill ratio of 1 to 7 against the Germans alone. I mean, Japan also lost a bunch against us. Italy lost a bunch against us. Heck, we're even top in Yugoslavia. It's only Romania and Hungary where we're not. Japan... Actually, India did the most, but only just. And Turkey? Me. Speaking of elite, what's the general experience level of my troops? Like, my defensive force is not that great, with the exception of this one, which is guarding the Alps right now, where it's pretty high. The tanks not amazing, because they're still waiting in... the tanks aren't amazing, because they've been waiting in attrition. They've done pretty well. These are the Turkish front, although their rate of attack has certainly slowed. And these are my Ural attacks, which are slowly but surely pushing across. And in fact, let's say we're going that way. Shorten that route a little bit.
Attention.
I don't think I care so much about holding on to that bit. Let's have you punching through, because the Soviets should now just have enough boots on the ground to defend everything. They have 300 divisions. 2.5 million manpower still. They should be fine. What's their strength looking like? Their strength's good, with the exception of the tanks. But I'm not building them tanks.
Arrêt.
Come on, de Gaulle. How long? Tomorrow! Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. I kind of wish I had more than just 8 tanks here, but you wouldn't be able to supply them. Wait for it. 0 days. That means it's actually gone.
Attention.
Yes, it means it's actually gone. Charge!
Attention.
And why are no divisions? Tassini, what the hell's going on down here?
Gardez vos rangs.
Really? You were all attacking and yet not attacking? What is this? Schrodinger's front? You're attacking yet not attacking? More rockets. Oops. Well, let's get advanced rocket artillery to really boost our rocket power. Is America in a civil war in this? No, they already had it. That's why it's the constitutionalists helping us. This scenario was actually set for the fascists to take over in America. But the fascists made the mistake of joining the Axis, which then brought Canada in on the Allied side, because the constitutionalists joined the Allies, and it was basically game over from that point. Because there was no way Germany was getting over there. Alright. Soviets, I'm trusting you to support my blitz here. That's a strange Mexico. So after the Civil War had ended, Mexico decided, you know what would be a great idea? Let's attack America. It was not a great idea. Considering they did it after the Civil War was over. It's like we have a fully militarily consolidated USA. We had about 5 years opportunity in which to attack the US while they were distracted. Nah, let's wait. That would be unsporting. What has happened here?
Attention.
Guys.
Écoutez.
You're trying to cut me off. That's not very nice.
Bougez-vous.
In that case, I'm going to say, let's have you attacking in all directions.
Continuez l'attaque.
Very, very sneaky, trying to cut me off. Yeah, I know the British are landing down here, which is good. I was rather hoping that they would. Oh, we've taken Ankara. So Turkey really can't be long in for this. 59% towards capitulation, but they must be out of manpower by now. Pretty much. And how are the Germans doing for manpower? Are they scraping the barrel yet? No. They're down to 1.7 million.
Arrêt.
Extreme environment training. Let's get the final elite forces upgrade. More soft attack, more organization. What is the organization of my elite alpinistes? 57. Not bad.
Visez bien.
Several of you are also elite. Turks must have really been trying to push back as well. Yeah, the Soviets are definitely making a big comeback here. 3 million manpower or so. And that's going to go up rapidly as we take their territory back. 15.7 million German losses. 18.4 million Soviets. But the Soviets are now all the way up to 75% capitulation. Another ace pilot. Need to be really careful that we don't get cut off here. But the Soviets are actually doing a fairly good job of filtering in to reinforce. But we need more of them. And we need to not lose Moscow. They're actually pushing out from Moscow. Good. No Japan in this. Japan is ever so slightly blockaded by about 70 submarines. My submarines are just flooding this. Which is why the Japanese lost China. Because I completely cut them off from supply from Japan. And without China, and without a capacity to land troops anywhere, they are very much toothless. Alright, so I'm going to say you don't need to fortify any of this. Kind of trusting that to the Soviets. I do wish that the Australians or the Brits would go after Indonesia, though. I'm kind of annoyed that they haven't. Because they definitely could do so. If they were so inclined. Ooh, Kursk. Imagine that. Tanks in Kursk. Strange thought. This is a rather narrow corridor. Rather narrower than I expected, though I guess that's because we're going for a 1-1-1. I wonder if I could increase the size of this by doing something like this. What? Ah. See if that helps. Tassini is wounded again. Can you guys stop getting shot? I need you to continue pushing north, though. I don't need you to, I just prefer if you would. Are these mediums, heavies, or moderns? These are mediums. Mediums with mechanized and motorized artillery.
Écoutez.
That's the template for those interested. Recon, field hospitals, artillery, engineers, rocket artillery, 5 tanks, 9 mechanized and 4 motorized artillery. With 500 soft attack, 490 breakthrough, 426 defense. 34% hardness. That's actually a lot less than I expected. I guess the motorized artillery gives you a lot less hardness than one would expect. Oh, no, we're still not cut off. Let's have you less interested in defending all of this, because that's going to be up to the Soviets. And I have to say, the Soviets are actually doing a pretty good job of coming in behind us.
Écoutez.
We are starting to run a bit low on supply. But thanks to the French planning bonuses, we can just keep going and going and going. Tanks at Kursk? Inconceivable. That word doesn't mean what you think it means. Another 10% soft attack. Sure. Why not? Sounds like a good plan. Oh, the first time we're not able to attack. Well, we are. They just can't pierce the armor. 1,200 breakthrough because of the planning bonuses. Oh no, they're cut off.
Écoutez.
You are on your way. Need you to be on your way a little bit quicker, though.
Attention.
How's the organization doing? Organization's fine. How are you guys still up here? Supply problems. Yeah. He just doesn't care. Like, we got this, guys. It's fine. You stop. Stop it.
Retraite.
Newbies is a quote. Actually, what do you... Uh-oh. Rock roll. How close? No. Damn you for not letting me use your air bases! I could be flying in supplies to him right now. Kursk!
Gardez vos rangs. Allez, on se bouge.
They have tanks here as well. Bought you some time.
Écoutez.
Need to be careful that we don't get cut off a bit higher up. Oh, it's going to be easier. Assuming you're here. Probably here. Unfortunately, now I'm giving manual orders. They're going to be burning through their planning prep. Which is annoying, because that's what I was relying on for them to just smash them. Although it does look like the Soviets have cottoned on to my plan here and have been flooding this area with troops. Which is very good of them, I have to say. Killing even more Turkish ships. Oh, the Japanese have finally cottoned on that they can probably find my submarines if they use planes. Okay.
Attention.
Landings in Alexandropolis. We're going to take Istanbul soon. I think Turkey is pretty much done for. You guys are pushed. Whoa, okay, that's a rather silly line. Let's not do that, eh? Let's do this instead. That would be a much better plan. Think about it. Ah, where's me tanks? There they are. Come on, just need this one province. No, it's not close enough. I should have been going for Sumi.
Continuez d'avancer.
2 more days. The UK exerts influence over Greece.
Allez, on se bouge. Tirs ennemis. Gardez vos rangs.
Oh, he was defeated. No! Curses!
Pas de pitié.
Alright, hold your attack for a bit. Reconsolidate what we've got. Preferably take that province. Now, what would it take for Tassany to send his troops over here and support? Although you seem to be finally pushing north here and actually getting some supplies. So yeah, your job here is getting easier.
On se maille.
So I'm not going to mess with you. There we go, we got the double.
Attention.
But we're out of telephones. We need more telephones. Oh, my maximum is minus 50 because of the attaché. Well, I'm going to cancel that attaché. Because I need my command telephones back. I didn't realise that was a permanent
Aux ordres.
reduction. I told you to stop. Not enough. Need more. Well, seeing as I've kind of delayed the invasion of Germany, let's bring in some reinforcements. Now, please tell me, how are you getting there? Via Sweden, then driving. That's a stupid route. Let's put you in a new army just for the moment. Bring you here. You all in your warden? You are. Let's drive you into Archangel. Let's send some reinforcements. What does the attaché do? It gets us more military experience, which, frankly, we don't need anymore. Speaking of which, can we upgrade the heavies anymore? In fact, let's see if we can upgrade the mediums. Which I think we can, actually. Those are the heavies, those are the mediums. Yeah, the engines. We haven't made them faster. Faster, faster! And feel free to upgrade the tanks and things that we've got already.